Why is Wukong so popular? I mean, yeah, he can do damage, but it's not that much damage compared to the other frames. He's tanky, but not overtly tanky. He's definitely no Inaros, and he doesn't have that much utility either. So why is he not just the most popular frame, but the most popular frame by a long shot? He's played twice as much as the second most used frame, which is Excalibur, which makes sense because it's a starter frame and it's the face of the game. Well, I think the answer to that is actually quite straightforward. He's just the most fun and most efficient frame for the largest group of people. Because while he doesn't necessarily excel in anything, he doesn't do the most damage, he's not the tankiest, he doesn't have the most utility, he can do most things really well, and most important of all, he is very simple. There's nothing complicated about Wukong. You press a button and a thing happens. You don't have to line anything up, you don't have to combo abilities together, you just press a button and a thing happens.
If you'd like a friend to help you in combat, press 1. If you'd like to fly around, speedrun missions and heal, press 2. If you'd like to be immune for a few seconds or do literally anything else through Helminth, press 3. If you like a big stick to whack things with, press 4.
Wukong in a nutshell. Now, before some of you get your panties in a twist, yes, there is more in-depth stuff you can do with Wukong. You can equip him with a specific weapon to either prime your melee weapon for condition overload, or just spread status around and that kind of stuff. His twin has also been nerfed a little bit with the Veilbreaker update. He doesn't do as much damage, he now uses ammo, so he has to sustain that, and he can be knocked down if you don't have knockdown protection on yourself. But even with that, I would still consider the Celestial Twin, or Wukong as some people refer to it, as the best pet in the game. That's like the one thing that Wukong is best at. He's the best pet frame. I think his simplicity plays a big role in his popularity, because simplicity, even though some people might see it as a bad thing, is really not a bad thing, especially when it comes to games like Warframe, where if you want to do something, that something might take few hours to get done, and do you really want to do that on a complicated frame that requires a lot of brain power to operate? Because I've done it more than once, and I would never do it again. I've been through quite a few long ass grinds in my almost 10 years of playing this game, and if I were to do another one, I would absolutely pick Wukong or Inaros. Because while I'm a massive fan, gameplay wise, of Warframes like Sarin, Nidus, Steanax, basically Warframes where you can't just cast abilities willy-nilly and you have to think about them a little bit, I don't want to do it for hours on end. I will do it in Sanctuary Onslaught, or I will do a mission with them and just really focus and have fun with their abilities. But I don't want to do it for 5 hours to grind something out. For example, when I was farming Kuva weapons from Liches, I used Wukong for pretty much the entire thing. I even ended up with a few impact-based weapons because I forgot to switch away from him when spawning the Larvling. This was, mind you, before the Larvling change that made it so that you can abandon them and you can actually see which weapon the Lich is going to have if you kill the Larvling. So you had to finish a bunch of random-ass Liches with random-ass weapons until you managed to get all of them. And I had fun all the way through because I did it on Wukong and it was very simple. If I had to do that on Mag, I would probably rip my head off. Now, I don't think that Wukong's simplicity is the only reason why he's so popular, because if that was the case, Inaros would be the most popular frame, because Inaros, well, he a chunky boy. That's it. When you play as Inaros, you don't necessarily play as Inaros, it's more like you play with the weapon that you choose to equip on Inaros. So I think it's more the balance between his simplicity and his effectiveness. He's not necessarily the best, but he's good enough for most things. And I think that makes him very appealing as well, because what are you gonna invest into if you don't have that much time to play Warframe? A relatively simple frame that's still effective enough to do most things fairly well, or a very strong yet specific Warframe that can only do one or two things extremely well. Now, if you're thinking, well, I don't have that much time to play, yet I still have multiple Warframes, each designed for a different thing, you're not the kind of person I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that don't watch YouTube videos, they don't watch streams on Twitch, they don't read Reddit, they just jump into the game every now and then for an hour or so, have a bit of fun, and that's it. Those people make up the majority of the player base. It can sometimes be a little bit easy to forget that other people might not play the way you do, especially for someone like me, I play Warframe as a job, essentially. So whenever they announce a new thing that takes, 20, 30 hours to finish, I'm like, cool, I'm gonna get that done in 3, 4, maybe 5 days tops, and then I look over to Reddit and it's on fire. But anyway, I think I've been blabbering for long enough, so I thank you very much for watching as always, guys. Let me know why you think Wukong is by far the most popular frame in the game in the comment section down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.